Hello everyone, my name is Tabani Will Maleka here on Business Briefing 101. Let me welcome you today. It's Saturday today. We are coming to you live here at Central University of Technology. Just to give you, like the preview on what actually took place here on Wednesday when the Distia and the Mangaung Metro, that came together to organize, other stakeholders, and convene them, under one room to discuss the importance of taking care of, our environment. So, we managed to speak to one of the key speakers by the name of Mr. Lebogang Liku, the General Manager of Environment and Sustainability Management here in Mangaung, as well as Mayor Mpulukeng Mokalube, the Director of Environmental Policy, Planning and Coordination. Both speakers elaborated on the programs that they have in as far as, the education on environmental issues are concerned. So without further ado, listen to the podcast, that we had with them on how they conduct, their business around, the program of the environmental matters. Hello and welcome to our show today, Business Briefing 101, with me, Tabani Will Maleka. Today that we are here at Central University of Technology, here in the city of Bloemfontein. That we've conversed here today to celebrate, the World Environmental Day. And we are with one of the stakeholders from the city of Mangaung. His name is Mr. Lebogang Liku, the General Manager of Environmental and Sustainability Management in Mangaung Metro. So he's going to tell us today about the purpose of why we came here today and what exactly does the topic of environment mean to to the rest of us. What are the things that we need to do, things that we need to take care of, to make sure that we look after our environment on a daily basis. So without further ado, let us welcome Mr. Lebogang Liku from Mangaung Metro to tell us more on why we came to Central University of Technology today. Dr. Liku, how are you, sir?
I'm alright.
I'm very good.
How are you?
I'm alright. I'm doing great. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to sit and talk with you today regarding the celebration or the commemoration of the World Health Day. Am I correct? No, the World Environmental Day. So thank you very much.
Yes.
So, Dr. tell us about the meaning of today. Why are we celebrating this day today?
Okay. The meaning of today to celebrate the environment that has been is so naturally given to us, mankind, this environment is showing signs of decline, signs of decay, deforestation. You look at the theme here today. The theme here today is land restoration. desertification, and drought resilience. So all these issues integrated, coming together, their destruction of the earth, of natural resources, exposes us to level floods and other environmental, risks, because mankind has pushed for development at the expense of the environment. Mankind has pushed for income, for economy, at the expense of the environment. So today we increase the knowledge on World Environmental Day as a strategic focus to push for sustainable land management practices, or land use management practices, for ecosystem integrity. Because once we respect our natural environment, the things like trees and everything are able to protect mankind against the floods. Desertification, deforestation, and all those other issues are issues that are quite critical, and that needs to be managed as a risk for sustainability to be one thing that is a priority that will benefit current and future generations.
Ndeliku, tell me, are people taking into cognizance the issue of like the importance of looking after the environment? You have just clearly put it that people are now chasing the issue of profit at the expense of the environment. Are people coming on board in terms of finding other ways not to damage the environment, but still be able to to conduct their business dealings?
I think there's a great shortage. There's incapacity at community level. There are those that understand. There's many that do not understand. So, from Mangaung's perspective, in our unit, as part of our integrated development plan, one of the key objectives is environmental education and capacity building. For this year and last year, we've done this through scholar education. Believe
Yes.
You teach the young whilst they are still nice and fresh,
100%.
so that they can grow with this particular commitment. The young not only can do that, they can also begin to teach other friends and even teach adults, because you are obviously interested to know what did your child learn. What's going on?
No, true.
He or she can tell you a little bit. Environmental management, what was presented today, what is this climate change that is a buzz to Mbaba. So when we do that, and when we reach out to communities through the workshop and everything else, we are then trying to ensure that there is thorough environmental education, integrated environmental education, which will benefit them to use resources properly, to take into cognizance the systems that have been proposed by government and other forms of organizations that will basically say, this is how we need to protect the environment, and this is the benefit of the environment. So to answer the questions clearly is, there's also people that do not know that pollution is a norm, and that makes the city to struggle with cleanups, struggle with encouraging recycling programs, struggle to maintain the landfill site. It's an issue. It's not for the city. It's an issue that is for all of us. Every member of the community makes it easy for themselves to have a cleaner environment when they respect the environment, when they know where to dump. The city then comes back and collects the waste responsibly. I think you have made an observation recently that we bought a large fleet that included waste collection compactors to make it easy to collect waste around the city. So we contribute on our part as a responsibility for a healthy environment.
Look, you touched on the education part of it.
Yes.
My question would be, how often do you now conduct these lessons, or should I say like the workshops, to go out, like to the ground, the scholars that you mentioned, like to the general public at large, to really make this program work? Because I mean, is it a monthly, is it a weekly, is it a bi-weekly, or is it an annual program that you run?
No. We do this quarterly.
Okay.
But it's not only ended quarterly, it's for the schools. But there's also environmental audits that we do for the entities that the city, wastewater treatment plants and all the other things, to ensure that the systems that they are used are sustainable, but not only sustainable, that they are user-friendly to the environment. We also reach out via SALGA has a unit called Environmental Planning and Sustainability Management, has that program. So we get invited and go in partnership with SALGA to educate councillors throughout the Free State province. Our program reaches out to that far. So with the benefit Yahu Berekale SALGA is that councillors, whether they come from which stream, they listen to what is being presented. They listen to the priorities that are being put on forward for that financial year, and then they change the other year. But all those things is that broadly, councillors are able to then to go back to the communities and say, what are the key performance areas for each particular municipality, and even set the KPIs the important and for the benefit of the environment.
On the, I mean, like, people need motivation.
Yes.
We know it is everyone's responsibility to look after the environment. But, like, since the municipality of Mangaung is the one, I would say, pushing in terms of the education part of the environment. What are the incentives, if I may? What are the programs that you have to really keep people motivated to really want and look after the environment, even when there's no one, really pushing them behind to do that?
Look, we do not have any particular clear incentives that are within the environmental program or the integrated and waste management program. There are those that have been proposed, but mostly we deal with issues, we control, as punitive measures as to how, when people that are not obeying and respecting the environment, what we are considering is what type of mechanisms are we going to put in place to ensure that we respect the environment, we respect the system that is being put before us. I mean, for incentivize, it's another issue, which is the positive aspect to encourage, except education. It can be monetary, it can be done in various ways. But for now, we are at the point, it's of benefit now to increase awareness so that people should naturally, respect their own environment. Because if you don't respect your own environment, it's you who is going to get sick, and then your sickness will affect the people that you live around, the people that are within your same environment. So incentive is a continuation of environmental education. Other systems should then encourage people not to dump around, to have proper control mechanisms, saying like the landfill society, transfer stations, recycling centers, compost generation centers. Because if, like me and a presenter earlier, it's an issue. If you do a compost as a community, the benefit is for who? It's for the person who generates a compost industry that will benefit. So you encourage and educate the type of incomes that can come out of waste, and you therefore provide an enabling environment that will ensure that that type of industry is basically mushrooming. So that's how best municipalities can provide any particular incentive, is through education.
after today, when can we look forward to another event such as this one?
Well, we will deliberate le Destia, le Salga. I think it's something that is needed, not only on a random basis because the World Environment Day. It must become a norm that we do this. And like I said, Tanzania taught us that community integration in environmental planning is a critical aspect that we must basically, fast track and foster.
My name is Tabani Wilmaleka. On your show, Business Briefing 101, I am with Ntatele Bohang Liku, the General Manager of Environment and Sustainability Management here at Mangaung Metro. He has clearly put it that it is, our prerogative as a people to look after our environment, and this is one of the very much important programs that the municipality is running to teach, like the general public about the importance of looking after the environment. So let us assist and meet our government halfway in making sure that we also play our part in looking after our environment. So stay tuned. We have our last sitting with the representative from the Destia. She's going to tell us more on the purpose of the day today when we come back.
Brings with it. 30 hertz straight up.
Welcome back to the last part of our show, Business Briefing 101. As promised, we are now with Mayor Mpuluke Mukalube, the Director of Environmental Policy, Planning and Coordination from the Destia. Now, she's also going to elaborate on, the importance of the program today. Today she's going to tell us why is this, why is this program important? How often do they, bring other stakeholders on board to really run and teach people about looking after their environment? Without further ado, let us welcome Mpuluke Mukalube to the Business Briefing 101. How are you?
Good, thanks. And how are you?
Are you well?
I'm well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Tell us about the purpose of today. Why did you organize and bring everyone under one roof to talk about the environmental issues?
As indicated, the 5th of which is today, 2024, is commemoration of the World Environment Day. As I presented earlier, I indicated that this day has been celebrated every single year since 1972, organized by the UN. So actually, as we talk, the world is now in Saudi Arabia just to commemorate that. But in different countries, there are also activities like this where people are raising awareness, which is basically the importance of this day, to raise awareness on the importance of having our environment clean, whether it's waste pollution, air pollution, noise pollution, but it's important for the ecosystem and basically us being in harmony with the environment itself. Remember, everything that you do in access affect something in the ecosystem. Whether it's noise, we may think that noise is a simple thing, but noise also pollute because we have different organisms, some of them which are sensitive to noise, and then you see the actual waste that is going into our rivers, that is in our landfill, which ends up in our oceans. So we really need to raise awareness for people to take care of that. But recently, what we are now combining with is that you can protect the environment while making some finances from whatever protection you're doing, especially if you deal with waste products.
Okay. You are conducting, and you have actually packaged this program of teaching people about the importance of looking after the environment. Do people listen? Are they coming on board to really understand, like the importance of looking after the environment? Particularly, we would say those who are, only concerned about damaging the environment, for profit gains. How do you deal with issues of that nature?
It's still a challenge. There are people that are now coming on board, especially now with what the world is moving towards because of climate change and the impacts that we are already seeing. I'm sure your listeners already know that this time of the year we should actually be in our huge coats, but it's not as cold as the previous years because of climate change. So more and more businesses and people, they're realizing that actually there is something called climate change. We need to do something. So we see a lot of companies, a lot of communities coming together to protect themselves and the environment so that they can avoid the impacts that we're seeing. But some of the programs that we're running just to alleviate what you're talking about, which is mainly people who are not coming on board as much as they should, is that now we've been running a lot of awareness at schools themselves. You know what they say, you started, in fact, Kasi Soto Barewe Otlole Esalimits.
Yes.
At that early stage, so that it becomes a habit in them to protect the environment. So that's the approach that we're doing with some of our stakeholders.
So, like the same question I asked Ntatiliku, when can we look forward to another program such as this one?
We've got a lot of days, environment days. I think one of the speakers did indicate in one way or another. This is the biggest one, the World Environment Day, but you will have the International Day of Climate Action. So already as it is now, we intend in August to have a session where we will focus mainly on energy issues, and then we've got each month we will be having an activity because for instance, if you look at October, it's more about climate change, the climate action, and then you've got the Arbor Day, which will be in September. So we continuously have these sessions where we bring along different stakeholders. Even in activities that come annually, like your Enviro Quiz, where we work with Department of Education, the learners, and it will be held later this year.
Okay. I remember, I asked that day about the incentives, just to keep people motivated, and then now you're touching on a very important element of running the quiz, to basically keep people interested, because I think that is the intention. Am I correct? Yes. Of keeping people in tune and interested in their environment. Mokalobe, thank you very much for having a chat with us about this important day and the programs that you are running. We are definitely looking forward to speaking with you again on the next program that you'll be enrolling.
Thank you very much for affording us this opportunity. Actually, there's one that I left out, which will be sooner, maybe early August. We're talking about incentives. the very learners from the university will be back here. We will be back here with different stakeholders where they will be pitching the products that they did out of waste. And obviously they will be getting those that have gone further at the stage, they will be getting some financial incentives. So this is motivating different stakeholders. So you will be invited to come and join as well.
I'll be glad.
Thank you very much.
I'll be glad.
Thank you.
That was Mempulukeng Mokalube, the Director of Environmental Policy, Planning and Coordination from DSTEA. From me, Tabani Wolmaleka, on your show, Business Briefing 101, I say keep tuned in, take care of your environment, make sure that it is your responsibility on daily basis to really look after your environment and learn and teach yourself about the climate change. It is your prerogative to be educated about these issues. Until we meet next time, keep well. Thank you, man.
In conclusion, and closing this day, our campaign has been very successful. We've managed to clean most of the waste in the Bloemspruit. We still have to do more in terms of setting punitive measures for businesses that usually dump in this particular street, because it costs the city a lot, whereas we could be servicing other areas on waste management. Therefore, yes, our partnership with DSTEA has been quite phenomenal, and I must say, this is a call for the municipality to regularly attend this particular stream, because it's an environmental song and will need serious environmental commitment. Yes, thank you.